Hmm. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stories Unscripted with Omadia. Guess what today's story is gonna be about? Moi. It's just gonna be about me. So today I feel like sharing with you. I have been talking about so many people, talking about others, talking about relationship tips and all that. Well, you see, today on Stories Unscripted, I feel like discussing about me. I want to share with you my testimony on how I got married in 3 weeks. Yes, you are shocked, right? I met and married my husband in just 3 weeks. Nothing more, nothing less. So let me take you through the journey on how it all started. Stay with me. It's going to be a long one today. Stay with me. It's going to be a very long one. Okay, so before I go on, if you are just joining us for the first time, this is Spicy Talk with Omadia. Stories Unscripted. This segment I share true life stories. So today is going to be my true life story, how I met and married my husband. So do me that favor, like, and after watching, subscribe and also share this with your loved ones. You never can tell who is also willing to gamble this, who is also ready to take this. You don't know who is agitating right now. So do well to also share it. And for you, my returning subscribers, those of you who know me, my family and friends, some of you do not know anything about Onwadia. So today I'm going to share my marital journey with you, how I met my baby boo, my husband, and we got married in 3 weeks. Now, I don't think I've heard anybody do this before. I don't think I've seen anyone do this. Please, if in case you know anyone who just met and got married in 3 weeks, do me well, write it in the comment section, share it with me in the comment section. Let's hear the story, like, because this is something really amazing. All right, so where did I start from? Where did I begin from? Oh my god, now I'm shy. Okay, so it all happened a couple of years ago. I was in US then. Don't ask what I was doing there. I'll tell you. I was in US then, and a mutual friend of my husband and I, before my husband got into the picture, we're talking, and he asked, "So, what is a beautiful lady like you still doing single?" And I'm like, "So, what's wrong with being single?" So, don't you think? I mean, are you not thinking about settling down, like getting married? I say, of course I want to, but it's not in my bucket list right now. Right now, I am not thinking about marriage. I just want to live my life. I am done meeting sons of Pharaoh. I am done with a relationship. I am done with marriage. I just want to live my life. And he kept on persuading me, no, you should get married. You're a beautiful lady. Settle down. Let a man take care of you. Yeah. I'm like, who needs a man like who? Duh. Oh my god, it's so funny. I know he'll be watching this right now. So what I told him, I want to marry an Igbo man, but so far I am not seeing any ready Igbo man, like responsible. All the ones I'm seeing, man, I can't stand them. I beg. I was like, no, we still have decent one. I said, I want a God-fearing husband, an Igbo man, someone I can, do stuff with, someone I can cook for, I can cook her native food, someone I can speak my language with. Like I'll be inserting some of this text, in the clips as we go on. So he said, okay, but what if he finds someone and introduces the person to me, will I get married to the person? Like, it all depends. You don't just throw husband and you expect me to marry. Well, he said, okay, no problem. Then few weeks later, this guy chatted me up and said, there's this guy in Brazil. He wants to settle down. I haven't told him anything about you, but I'm thinking you guys can make a perfect couple, like Brazil. I'm here in US. Okay. The truth is, I went to US to be with my boyfriend. I feel so shy saying this now. I went to US to be with a guy I met, and I wanted to like spend time with him to get to know him better before I take the decision. So I was in the state then just to while I wait some months. While I was there, this guy told me this. I was like, okay, let's talk. He now created a group, added my husband, and I and myself to the group. It's a Facebook chat. I like Cornelius meet Linda. Linda meet Cornelius. Oh God, this man is so serious. So he's bent on getting me married this year or what? All right, so you know what? I said hi, Cornelius. He said hi. So I said, okay, I'm going to leave the both of you, and let's hope something good comes out of it. Bagam. Hmm. Okay, something good. All right, fine. And then I did hi, hi. So how are you doing? What is your name? What is my name? Okay, he said he already knows my name, but he wants to hear it from me. Mm-hmm. All right, no problem. I told him my name is Amade Blessing Linda, and he said he's Cornelius Sokodile. He's based in Brazil. Blah blah blah. We got talking, and then he now said if I don't mind, we can private chat. I guess he wants some privacy. All right, so I gave him my contact and we came private, like inbox one on one, not in the group created by the guy again. So because of that, I don't know, maybe we don't want him to hear everything. So we came inbox and then he now did hi, hi, and all that. So we introduced ourselves. Then he now said if I can be a blessing to him. Well, after a couple of chats, I realized that this guy is serious. So I want to enter one chance. So I told him openly I am in a relationship with someone. Sincerity, number one. I am in a relationship and it will hurt me. I don't want to double date. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to waste your time. So please, and this guy I'm with is kind of serious and we're thinking about getting married. When I told him this, he said, wow, okay, no problem, but we can still be friends. I said, okay, we can still be friends. And that is it. We just kept on talking from time to time. Hi, hi. So what are you doing? How are you doing? How is your guy? How is the whole thing going? We just kept talking that way. We talk once in a while because I was with my boyfriend then and I don't want any issue. And I've already told him there is no go area here. I'm with someone. Duh. And he said, okay, maybe the guy has an upper hand more than him. He's an American citizen. He's an American. I'm like, it's not because of that, it's just that I met him shortly before this guy introduced us. So, and he's been there first. I want to give him a chance, get to know him. Then if it doesn't work out and all that, and then we talked about him and his search. He told me everything, how he's also looking for a wife, how he wants a godly wife, he wants an Igbo lady, someone that understands Omenana, our tradition, our custom, how he wants to and get to enjoy our delicacy. He wants to speak Igbo. He doesn't want our children to have mixed languages and all that. Well, I am happy for him. I said, I pray you find. We kept on talking like that. So when are you going back to Nigeria to go get married? He said he has not found. They kept on, getting him someone, and he would look at the person and he was like, oh no, he's not the thing. The whole vibe is not there. Like me. I said, I am not available. I am not just available for you. I went to Las Vegas. He thought I went alone, and it was like, so when is your guy joining you and all that? As I'm here with my boyfriend, I'm here with him. He said, oh, you guys are having a good time. Lucky you, you're way ahead of me and all that. And I was like, well, I just wish you all the best in your quest. Guys, we kept on like that. We are not friends. Okay, we were friends, but not lovers, nothing. We're not dating because from the instant I told him, he accepted. That's how gentle he is. He accepted that, okay, he has lost me, so it's time for him to move on, but he doesn't also want to lose me as a friend. A man who, gosh, this one drives me crazy. His understanding is just something else. There are some guys you just meet, and when you tell them this, they just abaka way, like they fashi you. They don't want to have anything to do with it. But this guy remained my friend. not close friend, but like we just kept on talking every one now and then. So what's up? How are you doing? How is Brazil? How is US? You know those uh talk. We chat a lot. We chat a lot, and I discovered that he is an interesting person. The way our chats were, was going on, it's obvious that there is something special. There's this bond between us. It's so special. And but because of the fact that I was with someone and he's also looking for, we couldn't talk anything about love from the conversation. You can see there's nothing about love. There is nothing about we dating, nothing. He said he just wants to marry. He doesn't want all this dating stuff. And I too want someone. But I was looking at this, my US boyfriend. I needed to be sure. I don't want that distraction. I don't want to say, okay, say yes to him while we start dating and I get confused. So I let him know, stay there as just my friend, nothing more. So but unfortunately, I started discovering some things about my boyfriend. Yeah, cultural difference. Yeah, because I'm Igbo from Nigeria. He's an American. He's a Black American, and we have culture conflict. And some things he does, I don't really understand it. Yeah, those of you in US or married to people of other race, you understand this thing with me. It's really difficult to understand so many things. The things I take for granted, he takes it serious. The things I take serious, he takes it for granted. And we just couldn't connect somehow. I like this guy. He's very nice. Yes, he is nice. I like him. But you see, when it comes to marriage, you don't want to make mistake. You want to be sure. You are not ready to gamble. It is a lifetime journey. In as much as I like America, I like all the good things he's giving me, I love the trips around, I don't want to gamble my marriage. I want to be happy. I want to really be happy. I want to be at peace. I don't want conflict in my life. I'm not really in a conflict. I'm not saying I and my husband are perfect, but then to a certain extent we connect. Well, back to the story. This thing can, and then it got to the following year. At the time we stopped talking. Then the following year we started talking again, and he said he wants to come to Nigeria. He's finalizing plan to make, and I asked him, so how far with your quest for the wife? He told me they got him another person, or he found another person, but the conversation is not like, between us. Each time he tries to connect, he find himself thinking about me, thinking about the way we talk and all that. Like, this is the kind of person he wants to get married to. Beautiful, classy, cooks well, and I love cooking. I told him I love cooking. I love food. So he's so carried away with that, I guess. I told him, say, don't use me as a yardstick. Don't, because it's going to be difficult for you to pick a woman. Because every woman you see me, you want it to be me, and I am different. We're unique in our own different ways. Well, guys, February, he told me his concluding plans. And as of that February, guess what, guys? I came back to Nigeria. And that was it. My plan was to go back May to US and we get married. Like, I am my boyfriend then to get married in US. May. So that February when I go back to Nigeria the following year, I started having conflict in my spirit. I will pray, but I have conflict. I will pray about this guy, and I am not just okay. Like, I started praying, fasting. I confided in a woman I hold so much respect. I confided in her. I told her, I said, I don't know what's happening. Since I got back, I've not had peace when I pray. This is the confusion I'm getting. She said, why? I said, there's this other guy I started talking with. I don't know him before, we've never met, but then somehow he keeps coming into the picture. And I'm supposed to go back to US to get married to this guy, but this guy, this evil guy, keeps coming in, and when I pray I get confused. I don't know who to pick. She said, follow your heart, just keep praying. If he is the one, you will not have this conflict. If this guy is the one, you will not have conflict. So just let your spirit guide you. Let the Spirit of God guide you. March, we're still just, hi, kind. We're not even close. We hardly talk like that. So I told him about my girlfriend, one friend of mine. I would like him to meet when he comes to Nigeria. If he would allow us to meet, I will introduce him to a girlfriend of mine. She's a nice woman, lady, and I think they can go on well. He asked for her name. I said, no, I'm not going to tell him. Okay, I said I'm not going to tell him because in case I switch the girls, I have some single friends. Just in case I switch, he will not know if he's the first person or not. Like, how can you do that? I said I'm that mischievous. I really wanted to connect him to one of my girlfriends. I told him that she's a nice lady and he will like her. So he said, okay, he's looking forward to coming and meet. That was March. Him and I are not even talking about us. March. We're not talking about us. We're talking about others. Talking about my boyfriend. Talking about his quest. Talking about matchmaking him with another person. I said that you are my friend. Whatever happens, I take care about you. I care about you as a friend. So since mine is somehow gonna work out, I also want yours to work out. He said okay, he's looking forward to that. Towards mid-March, second week of March, he told me he's bought his ticket to come down and he's looking forward to meeting my friend and to also meet other ladies they have introduced to him. He has just 1 month to return back to Brazil. I said, okay. While we got talking one day, we're talking and I was still in touch with my boyfriend. Remember, I was to go back to US May. Have that in mind to get married. March, we're still talking, and then something happened. I don't know where it came from. Something happened. I find myself thinking about him. Like, he's a decent man. I don't know. From our conversation, I concluded he's God fearing the way he talks. He has never been vain with his words. He has never been vulgar. He has never asked for anything. He has never disrespected me, despite knowing the fact that I am with someone. He has never said anything that will hurt me. He respects me. He has never mentioned love. All along, he has never mentioned love. All he has talked about is a woman who holds our culture and tradition in high esteem, a woman who fears God, a woman who can raise godly children, a woman who can cook, who can make a good wife, and he sees all these qualities in me. It got me thinking, this man wants all this, and he says he can see all this in me. What is the big deal going to America? Put him side by side with this boyfriend of mine. Yeah, financially, this one is far, far, yes. But you see, in every other aspect, he's at the top. He's leading on the charts. In every other aspect, the way we communicate, the way he respects me, the way he holds me in high esteem, the value he places on me is premium. That was the beginning of my confusion. Ah, God. I didn't know how to tell him. So I called one day, we were talking, and I said, I'm having a second thought. He was like, what's happening? Did your boyfriend hurt you? Is anything happening? I said, no. Guys, I asked him, what if I said yes? He was like, said yes to what? I said, what if I say yes to you? He didn't get it at first. I didn't know what led to that. We just were talking and that something just clicked. What if I say yes to what you asked the previous years? And he was like, say yes to my proposal. I said yes. Which of the yes? What happened to your boyfriend? Are you guys fighting? Are you not going back to America? What's going on? So many, 1,000,001 question. I cut the call. I had to because I didn't know when I said that. I didn't know. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. He called back. What are you saying? I say yes. Oh my God, I can't explain the feeling. It's not like he won a jackpot. No, it's beyond that. There's this joy. I could see a happy man. I could see a very happy man, a man grateful to God that his dreams, his prayers were answered. A man who never gave up, who kept on pushing with respect. He was so excited. All of a sudden, I could see something I wasn't seeing. Oh, second week of March. Second week of March. I said, okay, so, well, hold on, don't be in a hurry. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what to tell my boyfriend. We are not fighting. I don't know. Suddenly, I just find myself thinking about all you have said, our conversation all along. I was like, okay, we'll figure it out. I'm coming down. I'll get my ticket. I'm coming down to Nigeria. I'm like, calm down. Why don't you maybe December? He said no. He said no. He's not gonna wait till December. He's coming back April. I mean next month. Like, Chimo, hey, I'm in trouble. How do I tell my family that he's coming back? He's coming back to marry me? God, what did I just do? What did I just do? What do I tell my parents that somebody I haven't met and I want to marry him? My friends, what do I tell people? Like, I am not prepared. I'm not prepared. God, what did I just do? I'm gonna make this guy, and then I'm gonna make this guy just calm down. And what if he comes down and then I don't like him? What if everything we've just been chatting or talking is just over the internet, and then boom, he comes and he discovers I'm not who he wants and he's not who I want. Oh my God, oh God. Then I started praying again. Father, I have made a choice. Help me. But guess what? I felt peace. I was super happy. I felt peace. I was excited about the whole thing. But how do I tell my boyfriend it's not my conflict, my problem? Well, guys, to cut this whole long story short, he came down. He came down and we met second. I went to the airport to see him, to get him. He came down 31st of March, that same month. 31st of March, he went to his hometown, came down to Abuja to meet me. 2nd of April, we met for the first time. 2nd of April, we met 2nd of April. 2nd of April, and we started the marriage plans. We started the marriage plans. We spent a couple of days trying to figure out the whole thing, how I'm going to tell my boyfriend, how I'll cancel my trip back to US, how I'm going to tell my parents, how I'll tell my family, what kind of wedding, what kind of my tradition, and everything. Like, we started everything. And that same week he came, we went together to meet his parents. He introduced me to his family. They were all happy and excited. They all approved. And then boom, we traveled to my hometown to introduce him to my parents. All this is happening, within this 2 weeks. Then he came to start the formal rite to knock, officially asked for my hand in marriage. This is a man I'm just meeting, and my dad was so happy. My dad loved him. My stepmom loved him. Everybody was so excited. My elder brother, you don't understand the speed at which everybody accepted him. They all liked him, meeting him for the first time, and I liked him meeting him for the first time. He's just more than I even expected. Guys, we did everything, and the that same 2nd week of April. Remember, we met 2nd of April, and we did the traditional marriage on the 21st of April. So count the days. We met 2nd of April. We got married 22nd of April, the same month, and he took me to his hometown, and I spent the most beautiful week of my life with him. It was so amazing. We're not talking about love. I don't know. It's more than love. It's beyond it. There's so much so much more. Compatibility, understanding, likeness, respect, so much more. And we had our first date after marriage. We had our first date. We went out together, like officially, after the marriage. It was so interesting. And then the journey of discovering one another started. The journey of knowing each other started. It's been blissful. It's been filled with happiness. It's been joy. I will do this over and over in a million times. I will do it. I will choose him over and over. How did I break up with my boyfriend? Well, before we got married, I had to disconnect. Yes, I had to disconnect. I told him I don't think I can do this. I don't think I'm coming back. He was shocked. You're calling off our wedding? You're calling. I said, well, there was no wedding. We're only making plans that when I come back, we get married. But I don't think I want to return to US. He couldn't believe it. Who does that? Well, Spice It Up did that. I got married in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks. And guys, I want to tell you that it's possible when you set your heart for something, when you are ready spiritually and God is on your side. Trust me, a week is more than enough. You don't need 10 years to know someone. I'm not saying meet someone and get married tomorrow, but then when you have that connection, you can do it. You can do it. Look, there's no guarantee. When you meet someone 10 years, you date 5 years, you date 10 years. There's no guarantee. You can as well meet someone in one day and then you connect. It's all about God. When God set out to God's timing, when he set out to do something in your life, his word is here and amen. His timing is perfect. And this is it. That was how I had to come down to Brazil. And that was all about US. So this is my story on how I met and got married in 3 weeks. Guys, I hope the story is not boring, but let me know what you think about the decision. Can you do it? Can you do that? Well, have I had any regret? Have we been fighting? We have had our ups and downs. It's normal. We have had our ups and downs. In fact, it wasn't easy. So many things I discovered about him. We fight. Oh my God, why did I do this? No, I shouldn't have. But then you know what? At the end of the day, we'll look at each other and say, we can do it. It's been a daily discovery. And trust me, I love it. I love the fact I get to know this man daily. I love the fact that he gets to know me daily. It's been an exciting ride so far. It's been an exciting journey so far. And I will do this over and over again. So this is my journey. It's not my love story. Do I love him now? God, I'm head over heels in love with him. God, I love him. Sweetheart, I love you a million times. I love you to the moon. I love you to the moon. I will do this over and over again. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. You are the best thing, the best gift from God. Thank you so much for coming into my life. Thank you so much for not giving up on me. Thank you so much for sticking even when I pushed you aside and say, I have a boyfriend. Thank you for respecting my decision and remaining my friend. And thank you for saying, did you say yes? Okay, you accepted. Okay, guys, so this is how I come to the end of it. Until I come your way again with another interesting story on Stories Unscripted, I remain Omadia. For now, I say bye-bye.